Don't you hate it when all of a sudden your feed gets full of content which doesn't necessarily add any value to your life? They're just trying to be cool, or they're just trying to chase the latest trend because somebody else is doing it. That is when a brand isn't being authentic. That's turning you off and they're losing customers. The way that you stay relevant is by you're here on this earth to help and serve a certain part of the world, a certain part of the population. By being authentic to yourself and what your mission is, it means that you're going to attract the right people. So why does authenticity matter so much? At the end of the day, welcome to the Disruptionists, where the status quo has no seat at the table. I'm Jess Singh, and this is your invitation to join the movement of game-changing, boundary-pushing strategies that will take your marketing, branding, and customer journey to the next level. Let's get disruptive. Hey everyone, can we actually get down to basics and talk about something that you might be noticing in me? And that's the tendency to want to, perform or be a certain type of person for you as I share my knowledge and expertise. The key point here is that I wanted today to talk about authenticity and why it's so important to brands, whether it's your personal brand or whether it's your company brand. So I'm actually going hugely out of my comfort zone by being here and putting myself in front of the camera. Why? Because for the last 20 plus years, I've actually been the person in the background helping people become thought leaders, helping brands stand out, and really getting them to understand customers. So I know a lot, but there's something about this format where I'm having to push myself forward that just doesn't feel 100% natural to me. So in the beginning, I'm trying to think about, every different episode, about the content and structure, putting a real framework around it. But to be authentically me, I really just want to be able to have a conversation with you guys, right? I'm here to sort of say I'm real. I might not know the answers all the time, but you know what I do know is the fact that I am a lifelong learner. And guys, you know what I'm committed to? It's making sure that I'm on the top of every trend or anything new that's happening in the space of entrepreneurialism or business. I am learning from people who are smarter than me, who are richer than me, and who are better than me in certain areas, so that I can come here on a platform like this and share what's working in the world. I like to apply and experiment with my clients and on my business too. So what do you say? Shall we deep dive into this whole concept of what authenticity is and why it matters? So what are we talking about when we talk about the word authenticity? It's just about being real. When I thought about this business that I'm creating, I thought about what are all the different elements that puts me across to my audience in the way that I want to be seen. Because quite frankly, if you're not my person and I'm not your person, then we shouldn't be working together. So what I realized is that I'm super passionate. I'm attracted to people. I think I said it in one of my original episodes. I'm attracted to the people who sit here and just cringe every time they hear someone in their organization say, well, we've always done it this way. My brain operates on a completely different level. I want to work with people who really understand that there's far more out there, that things can be better, brighter, happier, whether it's whether you're a charity and you're really wanting to get through and impact somebody's life, or whether you're just trying to sell a really cool product that will make them have more fun in their life or have a better experience with their family. That's what we're here to do. So to be authentic to me, I don't want to come across corporate, which I probably might have come across in some of my previous episodes, but this is an evolution. And one of the things that we have to do to remain authentic is maybe test our boundaries as well, right? Test, try, iterate, and then one day you'll find the spot that's right for you. How are you going to know that your authentic self is actually resonating with the customers and people that you're working with? Well, it'll be in the numbers, guys. It'll be in the number of downloads you get, the number of comments or engagement that you have about the particular content that you're creating. That will show you whether you're hitting the mark or whether people are starting to think that maybe you're a bit too salesy, maybe you're a bit too corporate, maybe you're not quite their person. So part of being authentic is also being consistent, right? In order to really and truly get across to the audience that you're trying to build a relationship with, You can't start off saying that you're this, crazy, innovative disruptor and then only share some of the same old strategies that people have been doing for 20 years. That's not authentic at all. And that's going to turn them off. I mean, this whole process of actually sitting here in front of this camera, it's making me realize that to be authentic, there's certain things that I need to do, right? To be able to get into my comfort zone. And that is being able to have these amazing conversations directly to you rather than at you. So that's something that I'm learning. I'd love to hear, from the community of all the things that you do to figure out whether you're being authentic with your customers or not. What feeling do you get when you're out of your zone of authenticity, right? Or what can you do to really understand what you stand for? So guys, what's a really smart way of being able to anchor yourself in your authenticity? Well, it's to actually take something that's tried and tested and really works as a strategy within the business space. And that is to focus on your mission, goals, and vision. If you know what your mission is and it anchors everything that you do, it means that your voice will always be consistent. So for you guys, I'm going to put it out there. My mission is basically to change the way in which business is done and how business owners behave. Ultimately, it's not about the dollars anymore, guys. It is literally about putting the customer at the center of every decision. Because if we do that, then we're not only making for happier business people, happier employees, happier clients, but hopefully we're actually pushing the world forward in a positive way too. That's honestly one of my missions. And it doesn't just stop with what I'm saying today. I'm going to continue to iterate and work on that so that it starts hitting the right note with my customers as we evolve. So guys, we've all seen brands that have started edging off the cliff of authenticity. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes, don't you hate it when all of a sudden your feed gets full of like content after content after content, which doesn't necessarily add any value to your life, but they're just trying to be cool or they're just trying to chase the latest trend because somebody else is doing it? That is when a brand isn't being authentic. And guess what? That's turning you off and they're losing customers. Ultimately, don't be afraid to be yourself and truly know your customer. Don't go out there and find the latest fad and the newest trend just to stay relevant. The way that you stay relevant is by adding value and consistently thinking about the customer and what they want to hear and what they need. So why does authenticity matter so much? At the end of the day, you're here on this earth to help and serve a certain part of the world, a certain part of the population. By being authentic to yourself and what your mission is, it means that you're going to attract the right people. Stop wasting time attracting anybody's and nobody's when you want to attract somebody. Stay authentic and you will find your people, and you together will find a way to have a greater impact than you could even imagine on your own. So what do you reckon, guys? Have I come across a little bit more authentic? Is this working for you? Is this working for my brand? I hope so. Let's keep this conversation going, and I will take on any advice because I want to know what's going to resonate with you, how I can help you with your journey, and together we'll get this right. Thanks for joining me on The Disruptionists. If this episode sparked new ideas or challenged your thinking, I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe to your favorite platform to catch every disruptive insight. For more behind-the-scenes content and to connect with like-minded disruptors, follow me at It's Jess Singh across all social platforms. And remember, stay disruptive.